What's up, everyone? Here to do the Breaker New Waves, chapter 141. And this week's chapter I thought it was good. It wasn't anything crazy or amazing, but it was very action orientated, so it's kind of hard to explain exactly what was going on. But it definitely was interesting, I must say, just to see Kang Sung hold his own so well against Nine Arts. But I did think he was pretty powerful in general, but I definitely must say Nine Arts has not showed his true colors yet. No way. I honestly, in my opinion, I think he's toying with him. I really do think he is, because especially from his reaction at the end of the chapter, because Kang Sung was just too confident. Like, he knew he was gonna win, but it's gonna be a very short summary because it was very action orientated, like I said. So yeah, I'll get into the review. So, in the beginning of the chapter, we're introduced to a new technique. It's called the reflection technique. And what it does is just when you attack someone, it reflects it back, or the same power that you use back at you, which I thought was very interesting. And it was a pretty cool technique, in my opinion. But in the beginning, we just see the reflection technique and how Kang Sung uses it. And a lot of people were in shock. But Nine Arts, he kind of starts to get mad, and he's becoming more ferocious, and he's saying that, or I'm sorry, Kang Sung is saying that you can't defeat me, none of your attacks will even touch me. And Nine Arts goes, okay, let's see if you can keep it up, and he gets more ferocious, and he just starts like throwing these haymakers at him. And one thing I must say, tell me if it's just me, do Nine Arts and Shi-Won not have a similar style? They seriously, like, how their arms thrust and things such as that, like, I don't know, it just looks very similar to Shi-Won, like almost identical, and like how the ki like explodes towards the end. Like, I mean, I know they're using the same technique, obviously, but Soul Crushing Strike, but I don't know, just how he even swings his arm seems very similar to how Shi-Won does it. But some of the other people on the side noticed that if anyone would even be touched with that, or even if they blocked, they, like, all their bones would be shattered regardless. But he's actually, or Kang Sung actually has enough skill to reflect his techniques and send them back at Nine Arts, which was a big deal in my book. But after that, we just get a little more of like what exactly Tai Chi is. It's just stopping the flow of power is what they say, and it's just saying wherever the enemy attack is, they can reflect it to wherever they want, even back to the attacker, as I was saying earlier. And after that, Nine Arts and Kang Sung, they're just going at it. And Kang Sung, he thinks to himself that, and I thought this was a really good analogy, he's like a knife trying to cut through water. And I just thought that was really interesting. It was a good analogy to what was going on. But another thing that happened right after that that reminded me of Shi-Won was when he says that he was pissed off, and like he like gritted his teeth. Kind of, it just reminds me of Shi-Won. Like, him and Shi-Won seriously look more and more alike as the series has gone along, I feel like. But towards the end of the chapter, or at the end of the chapter, Kang Sung reflects back this kick that he sends towards him, and he sends Nine Arts flying, which I'm not gonna lie, I was really in shock when I saw that. I was like regardless, you're Nine Arts Dragon. But Nine Arts laughs it off, and he goes, or I'm sorry, Kang Sung ends up saying, do you realize that you can't beat me? And he's just like, oh, okay. He's like, you're gonna at least let me enjoy this when I crush you. And he says, or after Kang Sung says he can't stop him, he goes, bullshit, which I really thought that was cool too. And he says, I'll show you how the alliance will fall. And that is pretty much the chapter. Very simple. I'll honestly stretch it out a little bit because I gave my opinion on a couple of things. But yeah, I'm very excited about this fight. I just have to say this now. I'm calling it. I feel like Nine Arts might be close to like taking Kang Sung out, and that's when Shi-Won will come in. And either Nine Arts will react to it, and like his emotions will change because he'll see that Shi-Won is like fine, and that's his disciple. Like, no matter what, they bonded. And I just wonder like what his reaction will be. But I'm thinking probably not next week, but the week after at least, hopefully, or we'll get teased at the end of next week's chapter of Shiwon and Nine Arts meeting each other. Cause yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. But another thing I wanted to mention, supposedly the Breaker New Waves, like this was said like it was like 4 or 5 months ago that New Waves was actually supposed to end this year, but I'm thinking maybe they're talking about the fiscal year, and a fiscal year is like certain companies or magazines, like they have their year. For example, like Shonen Jump's whole year ended like 2 weeks ago or something like that. But or like their rankings and all that. But yeah, I'm just like wonder like when exactly is it gonna end, or did they just change their mind because they took multiple breaks, because they took the month break and the 2 week break. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what's going on with that. But like I said, it was a pretty simple chapter. I still enjoyed it. It was enjoyable, but it's kind of just what I expected. And The Breaker is just one of those series that like you always like gotta expect the unexpected, and I'm just waiting for something unexpected to happen. But yeah, that's all I have for this week's review. Please subscribe if you haven't and you like to break your new waves. And yeah, thanks.